2024, you can be absolutely dog shit on camera and still make money as a content creator. I've personally watched high school kids, college kids, and even adults make tens of thousands of dollars a month without ever having to show their beautiful faces or awkward voices once on camera. I genuinely think this could be the biggest opportunity over the next few years to make money, and I do not want you to miss out. Which is why in this video, I'm going to show you how to make money and copy their success as a faceless TikTok shop affiliate content creator with only 2 apps and $0. And I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, this is still very untapped, so make sure to watch it now and not save it for later, because you know you're never gonna watch it anyways. So first to start, what am I referring to when I say freelance content creator, TikTok shop affiliate? All these different things I bundle into one category. If I had to give you my best 1 to 2 minute explanation, basically there's all these brands and companies out there that need people to create content for them on TikTok, which everyone knows is the hottest platform out right now, and just short form media in general on Reels, Shorts, stuff like that. It's all done from their phone, and it's so simple that these big brands and businesses can't figure it out on their own. And as someone who owns some of these brands, talks to these brands, and consults for these brands every single day, I'm telling you, they don't care how it's done. They just want help tapping into the millions of eyeballs, if not billions of eyeballs, that are going across, scrolling, doom scrolling on these platforms really every single day, looking to buy their product. So you are basically bridging the gap between what these big companies want to sell with their product and what the masses want to see on their pages, showing different content, making it all from your iPhone. There's a lot of different models to do this, but the one that I personally run and have seen the most success with by far doing this for 4 years is the base plus affiliate model. Basically, these brands and businesses will pay you a flat rate, a retainer, base pay, whatever you want to call it, to show up and post 30 videos to your affiliate account, whether it's branded or some kind of niche theme page style, that you then post the 30 posts to and get paid no matter what the videos do in terms of views or performance, as well as your affiliate percentage based off whatever you sell and drive through your link in bio, or even better, your TikTok shop affiliate link that everybody knows and has seen 100 times at this point. And sometimes I think this seems so fucking simple to people that they're like, can you really make money with this? I remember my parents asking me that like 2 years ago, but that was before the TikTok shop shit had really taken off. Can you really make money with that? Does that work? Like, you just post videos from your phone? Like, my dad was like, you don't need this whole camera setup? No. And not only that, it genuinely is probably one of the easiest ways to make 10, 20, 30. And if you're like Sydney, Luis, or Max, my top creators, over $100,000 profit in a single month without touching a product, fulfillment, dealing with all of its customer service, all the bullshit that those big brands have to deal with. It's truly amazing. Now that you kind of got your head wrapped around the idea of freelance content creation, posting this TikTok content for brands, I'm now going to show you what this content actually looks like and how to make it. As someone who did 250 million views with their own 2 hands, I know exactly how it's done, and I want to show you. Both of these are going to be completely faceless, and a style that I recommend to all my creators who want to avoid showing their face or just feel more comfortable, more creative doing stuff without them in it. Just note that there is a lot of ways to obviously put your face in content like you guys see every single day, but this is the side that a lot of people ask for, so I want to show you. Starting with the first one, which is what we call an AI style video. There's a few different ways people run with these, but for the most part, it's going to be this style like I'm showing you right here. We use softwares like Midjourney and 11 Labs to basically make these visuals that look super real, but obviously are clearly AI, with voiceovers that are super engaging and easy to follow along to, and then use CapCut, Captions AI, whatever you want to call it, to make those beautiful texts go across the screen, all edited from your phone or even better, a laptop, but either way is possible. And as you can see here, no faces shown, and these are getting millions and millions of views. These were super hot in 2023, towards the middle of the year. We were one of the first ones to ever do these. Every single iteration you've seen of like different styles of it going viral, kind of similar to this one with doctors and different languages and stuff like that, was all invented, honestly, and I swear to God, you can fucking check the receipt, bro, from my group and my creators, and you will continue to see different iterations that you have to watch for, but just keep that in mind. This is the base style of what it looks like. When it comes to these, it could be a whole ass tutorial, 30, 45 minute video. If you're interested in me doing that, I can totally do that. Just drop a comment saying AI, and I will try my best to make you guys a free tutorial on that. I have one in Creators Corner as well. That's a fucking masterclass that I could try and remake here. But for the most part, there's gonna be a lot of editing that obviously goes into that. Usually these videos takes about an hour to make, maybe an hour and a half if you're just starting out. But the main things you need to know for these videos are 2 things: scripting storylines and visuals. At the end of the the day, all that comes down to in this is making a really good storyline with visuals that follow along and keep the viewer entertained. A big mistake I see a lot of people make is they'll do a beginning, middle, and no end. Start the story of, hey, did you ever hear about that ancient healer who used to show his stuff to all of his people? And then the video just ends, versus someone that comes in and say, did you hear about this ancient healer? They showed the ways of natural healing with She Legit or whatever you're selling in this video. Versus talking about something that's like, have you ever wondered why people in the 1950s didn't have skincare problems? Well, me too. That's because toxic chemicals weren't used in products like they are now, like you see with XYZ. That's why this was invented, and that's why we use natural things to clear your skin, right? Going into the benefits of a product, if you were gonna look at like a holistic health type of product, for example, I was using there. That's a complete story. A lot of people will mess that up in beginning, end, middle, end, with no hook, no finish, no anything. You need to make sure you complete the story. It's what separates good from great AI storyteller videos, as well as having visuals that follow along with every single part of the storyline. So if I'm gonna go in with that good example, do you ever wonder why people in the 1950s didn't have skincare problems? I'm gonna show some people, maybe I'm gonna ask Midjourney to make some content showing people with perfect skin that look a little bit more retro, falling into big pharma looking people, you know, if they're saying, well, that's because now they use toxic stuff and back then they didn't, right? Whatever it is. And having that every single kind of word subject follow with a visual that clicks in the viewer's mind and makes them actually understand the content. It's not only gonna help with retention, it's also gonna help with conversions when you need to actually sell the product. It's one thing to get millions of views, whole nother thing to sell a product. And in case any of that didn't make sense, let me show you a quick example of a really good one and a really bad one, starting with a really good one. Here you can see they used a really strong hook with visuals that follow along with the words that they were saying. It goes into a backstory that sounds, you know, nothing related to a product that they're selling, genuinely encouraging the viewer to watch. As the story progresses, it leads the viewer into realizing they have a problem that's solved with the solution of the product. It finishes with a conclusion showing where to get it, completing the story, easy to watch, super straightforward. Now going to the bad example, as you can see, we have shitty visuals, text look all over the place, small, there's no problem solution storyline built up, and it ends right in the middle with no conclusion, leaving you kind of like, what the fuck, if you even made it that far because of how boring the start was. Big difference between a completed video and a non-completed video, but don't worry, this stuff comes with time. A lot of people get discouraged when their videos look like this in the start, not realizing that you are almost there anyway. You just need to change a couple things, get in a group, talk to people like us, and you'll start to get it. Now, onto the second style that's completely faceless, not having to show anything but random images, is slideshow. This is one of my favorite styles to use. In fact, this is probably one of the biggest money makers for creators in Creators Corner and just people that I work with under these brands. I've seen people put up 100 million views in a month with these, no joke, and get crazy bonuses like this kid who got $35,000 and another one who got 20,000 last month. And that was literally just last month. I've seen even more in the past. And if you don't know what slideshows are, you probably haven't done enough scrolling on TikTok and you need to go do that. But basically, TikTok about a year ago rolled out this feature that allowed users to put images in line that are swiped through. You can put an audio behind it, put whatever images you want, anywhere from 2 all the way up to, I think, 30 total images. And there's a lot you can do with this for marketing. And similar to AI, there's different ways to set it up. There's ones that follow trends. There's ones that do a whole storyline that's 15, 20 slides long. And then there's ones that are 6. Either way, you'll see more and more popping up, like I said, similar to AI, but I'm just gonna show you some of my favorite ones. But before I go into this, I want to tell you my slideshow formula. This is some serious sauce, I'm telling you. If you go into any good marketing slideshow, you'll see some things that are commonalities between pretty much every single viral and converting slideshow. Starting with one really strong hook, which starts with a visual image and follows up with clear text. I've seen videos go parabolic with just strong text. I've also seen videos go super crazy with strong text and an arrow. Either way, you look at it and we'd be interested enough to see what's coming next. After that, you need to make sure that you have really strong images that follow, usually with some kind of consistency all the way through. Meaning, if you're gonna come to the next one, let's say you were talking about the Hydro water bottle, and you were to say, like this video, here are the things I'm using to live to 120. You need to make sure that when that next clip comes, it's still clear with the showing the product, whatever it is in that slide, with text that's easy to read, following to the next one that's consistent, doesn't drag the viewer or make the viewer discombobulated by seeing the next one, causing them to scroll or not want to watch it all the way through. You will see this across a lot of slideshows. I mean, there's times where it makes sense to not be consistent, but you want to use your best judgment there. It's almost always going to be something consistent that makes sense and is easy to follow, as you can see with this one right here. Then of course, to sell the product, which honestly can sometimes be optional. If it's an oversell, you hard sell, you don't want to do it. But if there's a way to obviously put in a call to action to buy, sell the product, whatever, you're gonna want to include that. So that is the third piece of the formula, putting some kind of way to sell the product, show why the product is beneficial to a buyer, whatever it is. And then fourth, tying it all together with some kind of audio that completes the video. Usually this can be a solid trending audio. Sometimes it makes sense to put one that's kind of sad to set the vibe. Sometimes it makes sense to put one that's kind of scary to set the vibe. Regardless, those things in unison are what create a perfect slideshow. Once you understand that, you will be making banger slideshows like it's nobody's business. I'm telling you, in Creators Corner, we've probably done collectively 10 billion views on slideshows if you were to account for all of my students doing them. It's an amazing way to not have to show your face, and honestly is one of the fastest TikTok videos that you can make. There's different ways to do this too. I've seen times where people will do it for apps, people will do it for, you know, electronics, supplements, weed products, whatever, and there's just a lot you can play with it without ever having to show that beautiful face of yours, which for some reason you want to hide. So now that you have these two viral weapons in your arsenal for making TikTok content, time to find the right clients to do these videos for. Because as someone who has been in this space a while, like I always tell you, not everyone's going to be the perfect client, especially when it comes to certain types of content that you're trying to make. As far as brands go, the categories usually stay the same for really strong TikTok brands. Categories include, you know, weed products, sports products, hygiene, makeup, cosmetics, supplements is a big one, and just really anything you can think of where you look at that and go, wow, that is really cool, and I could probably explain that in 3 to 20 seconds on a TikTok is always going to be a good product, regardless if it's slideshows, face videos, whatever. Another big one for slideshows and AI videos, mostly slideshows on this one, but just faceless stuff in general, is apps. When you see these apps on the iOS store that stand out to you as really unique or have some kind of viral angle, or even better, they're already going viral on TikTok themselves, these are amazing clients to reach out for this because they can't take advantage of TikTok Shop. So you're gonna be pretty much forced to do that content anyways. Even though those content styles do work on TikTok Shop, these are the best ones usually off of TikTok Shop, and why so many of my creators also make money without that. Here are a couple examples of some apps I literally just had saved on my notes on TikTok. You can literally go on my page and look at some of these. I have them in my save folder. But this one's really cool. This one's really cool. And as you can see, they're putting these videos together with, like, you know, probably 20, 30 minutes of their time, no face involved, showing the product, and probably honestly, these 100% crushed on the back end, driving that brand or app a lot of revenue, which then you can take a cut of as your affiliate percentage. And we have a ton of these within Creators Corner as well that we just spoon feed, as you know, best program in the fucking game. But regardless, you could always go out and DM these on your own, pitch yourself, just like I always say. Don't overthink it, just sell them the service that they already need. And then to close out this video, I want to give a last disclaimer. While this faceless stuff is a great way to get your feet wet into the content game, making money even up to tens of thousands of dollars per month, what almost every single creator who comes through my program or works with me, whatever, who asks specifically to do faceless content comes to realize is that they really didn't even understand what going behind the camera looked like, and come and realize, oh, I just didn't have the confidence to get behind there and show my face. It doesn't matter what you look like. If anything, sometimes whatever insecurities you have can actually be your biggest highlights behind the camera. Whether you think that you're ugly, fat, not perfect, whatever it is, have negative canthal tilt like me, can actually be the way to, you know, get comments and get people talking about your video. And if anything, make the video feel more real and natural than some person who just looks like AI and is absolutely perfect. And you got to understand that if you only want to do faceless, you are going to limit your opportunities. And I highly recommend, as like I said, being in this space for this long, being open to eventually warming up to that idea, having opportunities that make sense for you. It is tougher if you're international or have an accent, whatever it is, that is going to always limit you from doing these videos. Let's say you don't even speak English perfectly, then you might have to stick with these faceless videos forever. But if not, and you have the ability, always open your mind to possibly doing it. All those people past that 50K a month mark are making content on some pages with slideshows, some pages showing their face, and whatever it takes to really go viral. That's going to be what separates a lot of winners from losers. So to finish out, I have dozens of creators under me, if not hundreds, running this exact same content style and business model, making tens of thousands of dollars a month. I've seen this work for 3+ years now, and I really have no signs in front of me of this ever slowing down. And I promise you, it's also not gonna happen within the next few months of you watching this video. And if you're someone like me who wants to save time and get right to the action with the best of the best, and you're looking to make your first few thousand or scale up from 10,000 to 30,000, 30,000 and up in the best community of TikTok creators that I have ever seen in my life, stand by that on 10 toes. The link to Creators Corner is in the description, and I can say that with my chest. At the time of making this video, I literally have over 85 students. If you go back to a couple videos before, it was 50. Now it's 85 plus students that have made over $10,000 profit in a single month as freelance content creators, and it's only gonna become more and more, and I hope that you out there can become one of my next ones. But regardless, I hope you learned something new today, have some content that you can bring into your own game and step out there and make some money as a freelance content creator, TikTok shop affiliate, whatever you wanna call it. Till the next one.